Nearly 80% of the repairs mechanics do could have been avoided. That's the dirty little secret of the car world. The game is simple. The less you know, the more they profit. From dashboard lights designed to confuse you to routine checks that quietly pad their pockets, the truth is, most shops aren't interested in saving you money. But today, that changes. Because we're pulling back the greasy curtain on the tricks, the overlooked fixes, and the tiny habits that could mean the difference between a car that runs for decades and one that drains your wallet dry. Tip number 15. The tiny gasket on your gas cap. Most drivers don't give it a second thought, but that little rubber ring does more than hold your cap tight. It seals pressure, keeps fuel vapors from leaking, and keeps your emissions system running clean. Over time, though, rubber stiffens and cracks. That's when your check engine light suddenly pops on, and your mechanic happily charges you a diagnostic fee. The truth? A dab of clear silicone grease once a year keeps it soft and sealed. If it's already dried out, replace the cap entirely. It's cheap insurance against costly repairs. Tip number 14. Bleed the brakes when changing pads. Most people swap pads and call it a day. But if you don't crack open the bleeder valve before compressing the caliper, you're pushing dirty old brake fluid backward through your system. And that contaminated fluid flows straight into the delicate ABS module. Once that gets damaged, you're looking at a repair bill that could reach the thousands. Bleeding as you go clears the gunk out instead of shoving it deeper in, giving you smoother brakes and a longer-lasting system. Tip number 13. Carry an OBD2 scanner. That check engine light doesn't have to send you running to the shop. A pocket-sized scanner costs less than one visit and it tells you exactly what's wrong in seconds. Loose gas cap? Bad sensor? Misfire? You'll know immediately. Some even link to your phone and translate the codes into plain English. Mechanics hate when customers walk in with this knowledge because it takes away their favorite weapon, your confusion. Scan it, know it, own it. Tip number 12. Don't fall for fuel additive hype. The shelves are full of bottles promising cleaner engines and better mileage. But here's the reality. Modern gasoline already has additives blended in at the refinery. If those miracle potions actually worked, every oil company in the world would be bragging about it. At best, they give you a small temporary benefit if your car is older or has run on low-quality fuel for years. For most drivers, they're just money wasted. The real fix is clean fuel, fresh filters, and staying on top of maintenance. Shocked already? Hold tight. The biggest surprises are still ahead. Hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It helps us keep bringing you the tips mechanics don't want you to know. Tip number 11. Never buy an old battery. Just because it's sitting on a shelf with a price tag doesn't mean it's fresh. Some of those new batteries on the shelf have been losing charge for months before you even touch them. That weakens them from day one, and when the cold weather hits, you'll be the one stranded. Always check the manufacturing date stamped on the case. Under a month is best. And give it a charge before installing. A fresh start now means reliable starts for years. Tip number 10. Stop overfilling your gas tank. When the pump clicks off, that's the signal. Your tank is full. But too many drivers keep squeezing the handle, thinking they'll get a little extra mileage. What actually happens is far worse. That overflow sends liquid fuel into the vapor recovery system, a part designed only to handle vapors. Once it's flooded, your emission system suffers, fuel efficiency drops, and you may even get engine hiccups. On top of that, spilled gasoline eats away at your car's clear coat like acid, leaving behind permanent scars on the paint. And with fuel expanding once it warms inside your tank, topping off is more than wasteful. It can become a fire hazard. Stop at the click. Anything more is damage waiting to happen. Tip number 9. Replace your air filters. A dirty filter doesn't make your car stronger, no matter what old myths say. It's the opposite. A clogged filter chokes your engine, starving it of the clean air it needs to breathe. The result? Sluggish acceleration, poor fuel economy, and internal wear that creeps in silently. Your air filter is the first line of defense against dust, dirt, and debris. Ignore it too long, and you'll pay the price in performance and repairs. Check it every few months, especially if you drive rural or dusty roads. And don't forget the cabin air filter. That's the one protecting the air you breathe. When it's filthy, you'll know, because your vents start blowing stale air you don't want to breathe. Tip number 8. Check the PCV valve. Small, cheap, and ignored, until it fails. The positive crankcase ventilation valve vents gases from inside your engine, routing them safely back through the intake. When it works, your engine runs smooth. When it clogs or sticks, you'll see oil leaks, sludge buildup, and even higher fuel consumption. Left alone, it can turn into hundreds of dollars in repairs. But here's the good news. You can test it yourself. Every 10 to 15,000 miles, pull it out and give it a shake. If it rattles, it's likely fine. If it doesn't, it's probably clogged. A replacement costs $20 to $40 and takes minutes to swap. a tiny rattle test that can save you from a very expensive mess. Tip number 7. Don't ignore your spark plugs. They may be small, but they fire non-stop, every second your engine runs, igniting the fuel that keeps your car moving. Weak or worn plugs can mean hard starts, rough acceleration, and higher fuel bills. Modern iridium plugs can last up to 100,000 miles, but waiting that long isn't always smart. Carbon buildup and worn electrodes can show up much sooner. Check them once in a while. If they look blackened or eroded, replace them with the exact type your manufacturer recommends. Fresh plugs give you cleaner combustion, smoother starts, and better mileage. They're cheap, easy to install, and wildly underrated for the performance boost they deliver. Tip number 6. Check all your fluids, not just the oil. That dipstick isn't the whole story. Your transmission fluid, brake fluid, coolant, and power steering fluid all quietly keep your car alive. And yet many mechanics call them lifetime fluids and never bring them up again. That's a dangerous lie. Transmission fluid breaks down and loses its ability to protect gears. Coolant keeps your engine from corroding inside until it ages and turns acidic. Brake fluid absorbs water over time, leaving your system spongy and unsafe. Every one of those fluids has a lifespan, and when they're ignored, the repair bills are brutal. Checking and changing them on schedule is cheap. Replacing what fails is not. Tip number 5. Maintain your tire pressure and alignment. Too many people just glance at their tires and assume they're fine. But eyeballing pressure is a gamble, and alignment issues aren't always obvious until damage is done. Low pressure wears your tires unevenly and forces your engine to burn more fuel. Bad alignment causes your car to drift and chew through tread faster than you realize. A quick test? On a flat road, briefly let go of the wheel. If the car pulls to one side, alignment's off. Ignoring it puts stress on suspension parts and costs you dearly in fuel and tire life. Check tire pressure at least once a month, weekly if you can, and have alignment checked every 6 to 10,000 miles. Your car will drive smoother, your tires will last longer, and you'll avoid dangerous surprises. Tip number 4. Inspect belts and hoses. They don't make noise until they fail, and by then, it's too late. These rubber parts keep your alternator spinning, your coolant flowing, and your power steering alive. A single crack or bulge can mean sudden breakdown on the side of the road. A snapped serpentine belt leaves you stranded. A burst radiator hose can overheat the engine and blow a head gasket in minutes. That's thousands of dollars in damage, all because of a part you could have checked in 30 seconds. Pop the hood once a month. Look for cracks, shiny spots, or soft bulges. If you see them, replace immediately. It's cheap prevention for what could otherwise be a financial disaster. Tip number 3. Warm the engine before revving it. When you turn the key, cold oil is still sitting in the pan. It takes 30 to 60 seconds to circulate through the system. Until then, your engine's metal parts are grinding with almost no protection. Revving hard at startup only makes it worse, wearing down pistons, valves, and bearings before they even have a chance to be lubricated. If you ever hear ticking or tapping at a cold start, that's your engine begging for mercy. Give it a minute to wake up before you put your foot down. It's one of the simplest habits you can change, and one of the most powerful for keeping your engine alive. Tip number 2. Avoid constant short trips. Every cold start creates moisture inside your engine. Normally, as the engine warms, that moisture burns off harmlessly. But with short trips, the quick drive to the store, the school run down the block, the oil never heats up enough. That water stays trapped, mixing with fuel vapors and creating acid. Acid that eats through piston rings, bearings, and seals while your oil grows thinner and weaker. Over time, the damage adds up, and your engine pays the price. The fix? Give your car longer stretches. At least 10 to 15 minutes of driving so the oil can fully heat, circulate, and clean itself. It's not just better for your car, it's better for your wallet. Tip number 1. Prepare for the seasons. Your car feels weather just like you do. In winter, cold thickens your oil, weakens your battery, and drops your tire pressure. In summer, heat thins your oil, strains your cooling system, and cooks everything under the hood. Preparing for the season means changing oil weights when needed, checking your battery before winter cranks, switching to proper tires in snow and ice, and keeping an emergency kit ready: jumper cables, flashlight, gloves, water, and a blanket. These little steps don't just protect your car, they protect you and your family. And here's the real takeaway. Mechanics thrive on what drivers don't know. But now, you do. 17 simple checks and habits that keep your car stronger, your wallet heavier, and your peace of mind intact. Ignore them, and you'll find yourself in the waiting room signing a repair bill that could have been avoided. Follow them, and you'll drive with confidence, knowing you're ahead of the game. So if you found these tips helpful, make sure you don't stop here. Because the truth about the auto industry goes deeper. Some shops aren't just quiet, they're downright shady. Fake fixes, padded bills, and scams designed to empty your pockets. Watch our video on the 17 scams mechanics hope you never learn about. It might just save you from becoming their next paycheck.